Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to cover two things every homeowner should know, and that is upkeep and maintenance of your roof. And also, I'm going to show you how to stop your roof from leaking with this guy right here, along with this guy right here. Let's get into it. All right, so after heavy rains, a lot of times you're gonna find that an older roof or a unloved roof might cause some leaks. And that's exactly what's going on here. Let me show you what we're finding here. So if you see this pipe flashing, pipe boot is old for one. We can tell by obviously the paint faded away. The actual rubber gaskets here are cracked, allowing moisture and water to get past into the pipe there, you can see. And then in addition to that, we can see that the nail head is completely rusted and actually has lost all kind of fastening ability to the shingles and to ultimately the decking, which is where it's fastened when it's installed. You can see that nail is just completely rusted away and allowed it to pull away and back out of the decking. Same thing's going on here. We have a little bit of sealant still left from the original install, but this thing has never been properly maintained and resealed over the years, allowing it to rust out like this. Now this gap is causing, the reason why you can kind of see where it dips down is because this decking below is completely rotten out. And to show you, let's see if we can get underneath here. Might have to move the ladder, but you can, let me see here. Here, now we can get underneath this first row. And I don't know if we can lift it without really getting, don't want to mess this up too much, but you can kind of see the plywood there, and that right there is all rotten out. You can see from this angle here how it's just dipping below, causing it to rot out. Now that area in particular is not causing a leak to the interior of the home, at least that they're aware of. However, back here, very similar thing going on that is causing a leak to the interior home, actually destroying the ceiling, the sheetrock, the walls, and the flooring. So we went in there and checked it out. Sure enough, we lined it up on the outside where it was. Lo and behold, we found the leak. I'm going to show you right now. The same thing is going on. The nail is rusting out, causing a gap in shingles to flashing. Huge gap right there, right? Same thing is happening here. The sealant is being withered away by heat, UV, humidity, cold, expansion, contraction, everything. This nail right here is completely rusted out, backing away out of the decking, right? So same thing here, a dip. Now in this one you can really see it. If I lift these shingles up, you can really see how the decking just rots out and really just starts to look nasty. What this does is allows moisture and water to get past the roof line into the decking, into the attic space, and ultimately into the interior of the home. And that defeats the whole purpose of a roofing system. You can see it right there. So what we're going to do now is we have more rain in the forecast. Using these plastic caps, we're going to nail it into the decking to install some of this synthetic material as in a tarp system to eliminate any future water from coming in until we can get out here and properly complete this repair. All right, so now we've properly and successfully installed this tarp, which is going to alleviate water from entering in right that area, right there where that rotten decking is. So as water comes down this slope, it's going to basically skip the hole and go over it and run off as it should. Now we're using these plastic caps to hold this synthetic down. As you can see, it holds it down, and it also sheds water around the nail, not allowing water to get into now this point right here. The cool thing with this guy, this hatchet right here, is it's magnetic. So if I have my cap there and I get this, let me show you this cool, it's magnetic. So it holds it for me, and I can come, and if you can set, right? You can set it, and then if you can drive it in. I'll show you one more time in case you missed it. You can usually you do this with two hands, but right here, you grab it, you set it, and then you drive it. And that's all there is to it, folks. One more for good measure. And then, of course, it only works if you spin it around when you're done. And there you have it. So we'll clean up that little corner right there just to make sure everything looks good. But you always want to think in terms of water and how water works, also known as the shingle effect. So if you notice, I didn't put the tarp over the shingles. I actually lifted these shingles and put the tarp underneath it. That way, as water is coming down here, it flows and it goes over the tarp, running down and off the roof. Had you put it, most people that don't really know what they're doing, they're just going to put the tarp over it, and that's going to cause water to get underneath the tarp and defeat the whole purpose of this emergency tarp that you put in the first place. So right here is where the hole is. You can see where it just pushes in right there, compared to over here, pushes in, doesn't push in. You can even hear it. So guys, that's how you successfully tarp a roof, keeping any future water from coming in this home while more rain is in the forecast. If you look behind me, it's already getting cloudy. But more importantly, this is why it's so important to have your roof properly and routinely inspected and maintained. Not just inspected, but actually maintenances are due on these shingle roofs. Every 3 to 5 years, you should be maintaining your roof. Had this roof in particular been properly maintained, these things would not have happened, and it would have saved the homeowner from potentially hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in costly repairs, not only in the roof repairs, but now in the interior home repairs. So guys, I hope you learned something from this. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments what problems you've had with your roof on your home. We will see you on the next one.